Good morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Rained a little bit. Looks to be a beautiful day. Another day working hard on the solar system with Brother Tim. Man, I really don't know if we're going to have time. I'll try and make time to get around and show you everything we're doing, but basically we're upgrading several systems here on Shofar Mountain. And I say we like I have a lot to do with it. It's all Brother Tim. I'm just his uki, his gopher, his apprentice. But he's doing great work. And so that's what we've been doing. And he's working me like a dog. I normally take big breaks during the day, and he's like, come on, let's go. So I've got to do this early. I shot a video yesterday and tried to upload it. It didn't get up. We'll see what happens. I may have to take a quick run into town to upload it or something. Somebody said on one of my videos, that looks like hemp behind you. And I said, no, it doesn't, because that's poke. People eat that in the South. We don't eat it. I just grow it for shade. And then my goats eat it right before fall, before the leaves start wilting. We chop it down and feed it to the goats. So that's that. In the world, man, Iran tried to seize a British tanker, evidently. Y'all ever read about the Gulf of Tonkin? I'm thinking by the lack of noise we are making about it, they probably did try to seize a tanker. If it was a fake thing, we'd probably be beating the drums. We gotta do something. Merkel is shaking. What's that? Reporters are horrible today. They're just terrible. Reporters used to be pretty good. If I was a reporter and Merkel was shaking for the third time, doing her herky-jerky, I'd go find a bunch of doctors, different doctors, and I would talk to them and show them videos and say, what's she got? I'd do an article saying, doctors pretty much think she's got this, but I can't find that anywhere. So there's that. Emmanuel got us a refrigerator. We picked it out. And I asked the guy in the store, the teenager with the pimples on his face. Actually, he was probably a 20-something. Hey, does this have, I don't want a defroster. And the other day we were running our refrigerator in here, and Tim was doing some tests, and we're pretty sure it's got a defroster in it. And we didn't want to, we're busy. We didn't want to pull it out, take off the back and look at it. But is there anybody out there who knows? Not guesses, not thinks, not I heard, not my brother's sister's cousin who works in HVAC told me. Does anybody out there know if you can disable the defroster in a refrigerator, upright refrigerator freezer, and still have the thing work? The machine work to cool your food. If you know, please comment. If you don't know, you're just guessing. Guess on your own. It just clutters up adds too much noise. That's one. Two, I guess, hey, we have a lot of new Vikings. Welcome aboard, men and women, Vikings. A couple rules for the road. I do this periodically. Be polite, be nice. There's no need to try and score points here. Don't deal with trolls here. I just bounce them. Be polite. Pretend we're all sitting around and we all have guns strapped to our chest. But just, keep it cool. This isn't YouTube. Number two, do not send me messages. Oh, that's right. Don't send me messages. It is difficult for me to retrieve them and respond to them. I operate all day. Well, that's a bit of a lie. I guess we'll get to that too. I operate from a cell phone, an older cell phone at that, with cracks on the screen. And that's how I do everything. And to deal with messages, I have to go to Patreon, find, because I never remember where it is, the message portion, go there, read the message, then hit reply to the message, and just send me an email. Viking Services. Viking services@hotmail.com. When you send me an email, the first word in the subject line is your level of Viking patronage, Viking warrior jarl berserker. Yes, I answer them in order. I get a lot of email. And then get to the point with your email. I say this all the time, but it bears, people need to hear it. I get 800 to 1,000 emails a day. I do not open most of them. Of the ones that I do not read most of them. I just go, broop, broop, what do you want? And then I deal with it. Because why? Because I work all day on the homestead, and I come in because I'm dying of the heat, or I'm thirsty, or I'm something, and I'm like, whoo, I'm going to sit down for about 10 minutes, and I open up my phone and I start playing with it. And, you know, every time I do, there's like 50 to 100 emails on there. So I go through them very quickly. So get to your point. You know, if you want to know what is the best grinder for corn, don't start your email out with, hey PJ, what's the best grinder for corn? Then if you want to fill in details and give the backstory, you can. But if you start out talking about how you were born in Zimbabwe and your mother used to grind corn by hand and you really like that, and then you moved to Cincinnati and next. It's just reality, man. So there's that. I have been remiss. I will probably, see, I don't have time this week to sit down, and because sometimes what I do is open up my laptop and slave it to my phone, make it an internet hotspot, and then I start doing things like posting for y'all. And I haven't had time to do that with Tim here because he flew all the way out here from Seattle, and he's doing all the things, and so I'm giving my time to him, and I'm not sitting in front of a computer, because when I do that, ooh, here's a little, what do they call it? Not of life, pattern of life of Pastor Joe. Usually after lunch, Sister Kate makes a delicious lunch, and then to let my food digest, what I usually do is pull the laptop up, fire it up, and that's when I write things for here, for Patreon, and stuff like that. And I haven't been doing that this week. But we'll catch up. I mean, the other day I did what? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I did several posts in one day, so it all works out. But now, oh yeah, I have been remiss on putting, you know, this is the Viking meetups, this is the Viking after action reviews. We've been having some good things going on out there though, and go to the group section, the community section, and look for meetups in your area, or post one and host it. If there's already one going on in your area, there's no need for you to do another one. Just go to that one. No need to reinvent the wheel here. So there is that. I was going to actually take a break from coffee today. That was my intent. And so I woke up in the pre-dawn darkness, and I stumble into our kitchen, and I'm like, my eyes aren't even focusing yet. I start the hot water. I couldn't find the hot water pot, the kettle, because the other thing we've been doing, we normally do like little pickup stuff during the day, and we've been working with Tim and doing other things, so that stuff's kind of like, yeah, I'll go out here and work. We're not going to pick up. So things are starting to get away from us. I have no idea why the water kettle ended up where it was. So that took me a while to find. I found that, I put it on, and then I go rooting around for tea. Do you know my wife has, I'm going to try not to exaggerate, probably 15 different boxes, you know, the little cardboard boxes of tea bags? I couldn't find one Irish breakfast tea, Earl Grey, or Lady Grey, or any black tea. It was all orange, peeled ginger, pomegranate, honey, blah, 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 blah. All this, what I say frou-frou coffee, all this frou-frou tea. There was nothing in there that looked like it had a jolt of caffeine, so... And sometimes in the morning I am just too lazy to make real coffee. And today was one of those days. I just wanted hot water and a tea bag. Drink green tea, Pastor Joe. Yeah, I know, I do sometimes. But today I wanted to switch off of coffee and drink black tea. Did I get the camera? No. But I didn't. This is Folgers. But it's a cool cup, right? Bjorn Bull Hansen. YouTube channel. All right, I've been having good conversations with Tim about things like pods on a bug out location, which is getting way beyond, I know, where most of y'all are, but it's when your bug out location people start getting so big that we can't keep them all in one area, so we got a remote. So how do you do that? We've been going over that. He's been giving me some advice, suggestions, requests for the novel that I'm writing here for the Warriors, the Jarls on up, Jarls and Berserkers. And some of it I've already got planned to incorporate. Some of it was like, that's a good idea, we're going to do that. So that's coming. What else? What else? Because really what I'm trying to do is just get this up. I'm uploading again yesterday's video on a different phone. I'm working 2 phones now. That's right. And so while I'm shooting on this phone, I'm trying to upload off of that phone, but man, and that's only, what, a 5-minute video? And I tried 4 times yesterday to upload it. It's been uploading here for about 45 minutes again. Blackberries, been drying blackberries, been picking blackberries almost every day, and Sister Kate dries them in our solar dryer. I've been just putting them on an old lunch tray that I have no idea where we got, and where we got it. I've been putting them on an old lunch tray after I rinse them, and then I put it in my truck, which is sitting in the sun, and after about 3 days of that, they get dry. I've done my first batch. I put them in a big mason jar, and I'm going to add this batch to it. So I've been doing that. My truck is dead. The battery's dead. There's a, Tim looked at it, there's a ghost leak somewhere in it. The truck had been hit in the back end before the guy who I bought it from bought it. And the taillights don't work well, intermittently at best. And also the glove box was open, so maybe that was it. Maybe it wasn't so much ghost as you left your glove box open. But whatever it was, I killed the battery that was only a year old. Tim's like, this battery's toast. And so I'm going to get a new battery probably today for my truck because it's my primary mover of building supplies. So I guess this is just a what's been going on in Pastor Joe's life video. We went out to eat twice and ate here once since Tim's been here, I think. Mexican food. We went to an awesome Korean food place that Sister Kate and I had not eaten at before, but we will be back. And actually, I was eating a lot of kimchi there. We were all eating kimchi. So if you all eat kimchi together, you're good the next day. No one notices anybody else. And it was delicious kimchi. It was good kimchi. And I went back for seconds because I had a kimchi bar. And I'm eating more kimchi, and because kimchi is really good for you. It's probiotic. It's kind of like sauerkraut. And I'd say only better, but all my ancestors would come up out of the grave and come get me. Ooh, earthquake! But I had my second helping, and I really wanted more, but I was afraid that it would just be too much garlic. And you know, the next day, for those of you who eat kimchi, I didn't burp kimchi one time, so I'm like, I didn't eat enough. And then last night, Sister Kate made a pesto, and she's a good wife, that woman. I'm trying to lose weight. Actually, I'm trying to lose fat, and probably gain weight, but maybe not. But anyway, I'm trying to lose fat, and part of that is trying to eat keto-like, and I don't think keto-like works. I think you have to eat keto. I think if you're either keto or you're not, you either put your body into ketosis or you don't. But whatever, we're cutting out the white food, right? And she bought some flat noodles that weren't made out of dough. They were made out of bean curd pod something or other. I don't know. She was trying. And her pesto's normally really good and garlicky. But these noodles, man, they just sucked up all the flavor. None of us, the 3 of us, even Tim was like, yeah. See, I like honest people. Would you go to someone's house and be a guest, and when the person says, yeah, I'm not really feeling this pesto, it's like, and that was Sister Kate started it. She made it. She started it. It just kind of soaked up all the flavors. I put X amount of garlic in here, and I can't hardly taste it. If you were the guest, like Tim was last night, would you be like, yeah, it's kind of bland, and dun-dun? He said that. I was happy he did, because he was honest. You know where he's coming from. Like me, straight shooter. So when Tim leaves, we're running out of time. We're doing a lot of talking and catching up and thinking the big thoughts, which is kind of fun. But he has set me up with the skill sets and the knowledge base. I'm going to move one of the systems to the Avocottage. We basically have all the components for it. All I have to do is unplug, move, plug, and the system will work. And I told him that's going to be my project, and I'll take pictures in the movie. I guess I'll post it here, and then he can say, well, you did pretty good, but remember when I told you about that? Oh yeah, I got to do that. But we're going to try and do that. I told him yesterday, I'm looking forward to it, because now when I do things, he's either hovering around me while I do it, or he comes back and checks it, which I would do too, if the roles were reversed. But it's that safety net, you know? It's not like you're really on your own. And I like learning new things. And despite the fact that I have this pretty cool solar setup and multiple variations all around the land, I'd call myself a moderately knowledgeable person on solar. I need to do better. And so that's what we're working on. And I think he's got a test for me coming up either today or tomorrow, some kind of, or exercise or something. So, cool. Summer is coming to an end. I know you guys are super hot. I've been sweating my hiney off all day, the last couple days. But I can see and I can actually start feeling the end of summer. When you live like this, you get more in tune with what's going on. Everything you want to do before it gets cold, schedule it, do it. If you haven't been camping yet this summer, as a family, as a mag, as a tribe, you should probably do that. Get it done. Now around here in this area, the best time to camp is fall and winter. Oh yeah, because out there be creepy things. Oh, this isn't the Pirate Channel, Pastor Joe. It's the Viking Channel. Oh, okay. Out there's creepy things. All right, I know I didn't have much to say. I'm just trying to catch up with y'all. I actually miss y'all. I do. I feel like, we get this interaction going sometimes. Is it really an interaction? I speak, you listen. That's how this is going to work. You sit there, eat your Doritos, and listen to what I say. You know what I mean, right? Comments come back and forth. And I haven't really been able to do that this week. And won't happen through next week. For those of you who follow Shofar Mountain, I'm going to talk to a fella tomorrow. We may be getting a place to meet for church. That would be sweet. That would be pretty nice. It's a bit rugged out here for a lot of people. It's definitely uncomfortable for most people when they show up, because they don't live like this, so they're not used to it. And I get it. It is what it is. Well, I'm going to go talk to a fella tomorrow. All right. I guess that's about all I have right now. If something pops, I'll try and come on and make a video, run into town and upload it. Y'all keep doing the things. I look forward to getting back to where I can be writing some more here, but that won't be till next week at the earliest. Y'all hang in there. I'll see you out there.